All right. Oh, yeah, no, thanks, Twitch. Cool. Yep. Why did my whole screen just flash black? Did my graphics driver just die? I really hope that's not the case. That would suck if it was the case. Alright. I'm gonna practice for a little bit. Just give like 3 minutes for people to pull up. Wait, what? That can happen? That's right. Double, why must you be such a nuisance? You know, maybe I just do this route instead. It's technically more damage anyway. It seems to be just more consistent. That is what I would say. I need to relearn a couple things to do this though. We'll see. No, it does make that a little bit more annoying. Because, yeah, that doesn't work. There we go. Right, okay. Right. I need to pick up with that. Which I think I have OTG for. No, I don't, because I do this. There we go. There you go. Also, some viewers join and some viewers leave, so I don't... I hit it one more time. Does that really not work at max range? Wait, are we serious? Hello, Ray. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't work at max range. Does my normal route work at max range? Kind of. Okay. Interesting. No TK. Okay, Unamas, and then I'll pull up the replays, because you're here and can ask questions. Murder. There you go. Go to the Raisin Brand versus PME replays, and I totally did not pay attention to what anyone's specific requests are. What are you asking about? Tricks on the Robo and Marie matchups of Doom and Despair. Yeah. So I can kind of talk about how I would approach, and I'll like apply this in the games when it's happening. How I approach Fortune versus Robo. Marie, I only really have theoretical ideas about how I do that because I've played the matchup like 3 times. We'll see what we can figure out. Yeah, still good to look at stuff. I mean, you submitted last week, and then JP and I both just died. It happens. So apologies for the delay. Life is oh, Kravidonk, you submitted versus Lana. That's gonna be interesting. Alright. But Loba. And I kind of just look in general about... You were so right. Cause like this is... Oh, right, I took over before you called resist. It's so your turn after this if you just don't get hit. Yeah, dude. You just... It was active for a little bit longer than you thought it would be. You can also just keep running at them, for the record. I know that's kind of a bold call to make. That is a, you know, they're gonna press heavy punch here. But even if they do, like, you can still dash block like this, and if they land on you with a medium punch, they have to bank on it breaking the armor. So, but in general, the way I view anyone trying to deal with Robo, sometimes you have to approach from this space, but this is the exact angle I do not want to be approaching her more often than not. If she has had time to set up, like if I'm not point blank on her and at a range where I can up forward her before this happens, this is usually not going to be a great approach. Because they have jump heavy punch. That's just uncontestable from below, for the most part. They have L beam. If they force you to block either of those, they can call their assist and get their pressure or escape that way. So, I as a Parasol player, like, I don't have much air mobility. You're still, like, sometimes you just have to approach through the danger zone, and it sucks, and you just hold the jump medium punch, and sometimes you're wrong. But I really like to be even, or even better, above Robo. At least while she's in the air. Because you can try and shark her landing, but again, every time I feel like I try and do that, I feel like I just have to hold a jump medium punch and then it's still their turn because of the robot. But yeah, so keep running there. I think you're in a good spot, especially because they're just doing this so high. I'm curious. Oh, I did not get the replay okay, where I wanted. Just barely not fast enough. PME spacing good as usual. What happens if you... I think here... Are you still on lockout? Oh, your assist did just get hit. Okay. Like, I'm kind of thinking... Again, I like to be over her. The downside is, for you, you can't just invalidate her anti-air and armor with your jump-ins like Parasol can, so it's a bit of a different game plan. But you can also kind of force her to hold that. Because it is a double-edged sword, do not get me wrong. You need to make good work of them being stuck in the corner like that. She has everything else right. You don't need it. If it's timed well, jump light punch, jump light kick are a really good jump in to eat the armor, but you absolutely explode to 2 LP. Jump light kick, air dash, jump medium, or not even air dash. If you have the time to do jump light kick, jump medium punch, depending on the timing, that will break the armor, and that's really hard to anti-air. But jump light kick, jump medium punch is a really gross block string from Fortune in general. Okay, but what happened here? I was yapping. So they just got this and snapped? You're fine with this, I think. I know this matchup's like kind of mega cringe, but you've got so much time still. You don't really need to force the issue. That being said, I'm curious. Yeah. Oh yeah. You were close enough. You were close enough. How did I get it the first time? There we go. Bonk. And like, the nice thing, like thinking about this, if this whiffs and either fiber or H-beam hits you, they don't get a combo off of it. But yeah, you were close enough to be in threat range. You can also press the broken air-to-air button. You can press the stupidest button in this game. Or what? Maybe not the stupidest, but one of the stupidest. Like, this is gonna smoke a ton of things. And I know it's hard to convert off of. Like, it's a little jank. But even just like that. And then keeping pressure. Or you could even do... Oh, wait. This is probably really gonna catch people if they're, like, just not ready for it. Wait. Can I get it? Brain. You could probably genuinely just do... Oh, that doesn't work? Oh, that's so sad. But, I mean, you could probably also mix them off of it. No, you don't get to cross up unless you hold it, so it's pretty seeable. But yeah, so it's like, you were at the range to Rising Air is the biggest thing here. You didn't have to hold this. That being said, now that you have held this... Oh no, your assist was on cooldown. I understand. Also, I feel like this is happening a lot. I feel like our assist calls are getting stuffed. If you're insane with it... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Is that worth it? Oh! The more you know. You can go under. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now you know. Knowing which things can go under drone like that, oh that helps. Oh, that helps a lot. Wait a second. You might have gotten bluffed here. I took over the wrong one. You might... Either way, you force them to block here. Curious... I need to take over a little bit earlier. Yo, yeah! Just go in. Just go in and, like, the assist whiffed. I'm curious if you can just get a punish. Yes, you can! Too much greed from PME. You're kind of getting bluffed here. It's sweaty. But you might even be able to... Wait... Yeah. I think you're giving PME a little bit too much respect at what the Robo actually has the range to do. What did we get started with? What did you rise with? Did you press a button? You just didn't press. I know you're expecting to kind of chase them, but like, in my head here... Yeah, exactly. In my head here, if I'm jumping... Like, I feel like you just get more ground dashing at them. I can kind of understand jumping here. Because like, it's as a call-out that they're going aggressive. But... honestly, I think if you're jumping here, I would really like to see the brass ball. I think it still loses to the same thing, but at least it kind of has a bit more pressure behind it. But yeah, this I need to see more robo or more. I need to see more Fortunes do this. Yeah, upward jump light punch is great. It doesn't work at this range. Upward jump light punch is really good when they're at that spacing, that you like doing that.
Okay, for a tiny bit. Alright, share screen.
Hello?
Tiny bit. I need you.
You're a very quiet gamer. But yeah. Yeah, I know, Ruby is mad quiet. Let me see if I can fix this. That's not the pause button, that's the pause button.
I got something you can pause right here. Whoa.
Okay, no, you're at 200%. I was assuming I had you negative volume because you were screaming the last time, but no, it's on you, gamer. You have to adjust your volume.
No, I just got home from work. I don't know what you want from me.
What do you want from me?
What do you want other than a stream? Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. What is this about? Who is this for?
This is for Ray fighting PME.
PME. You make PME play Wordle.
Also, and I know, like, in general, Fortune really likes being above people. I don't know if I've seen you super jump with this character. I know Ruby's still quiet. It's
yeah. Hold on. Okay.
There we go. That should be better.
Let me get a little closer person with it. Okay. So what game is this? Oh, you got air grip.
Yeah, they got checked. But so like even. And the downside to this. One thing I will say, super jumping like this versus Robo is definitely going to be a risk. But PME has spent the entire game in the air, for the most part. And that's, again, where I'm kind of going back to I really want to be above Robo. Being above Robo while she's in the air means she can't zone you. But yeah,
and
so...
that low-key would have been a kill if he got that air-to-air too.
Yeah. I already showed them the glory of air-to-air jump medium punch.
Jump medium punch is a really good air-to-air.
It's a really good air-to-air, and I'm so glad when I brought it up, Komodo's like, yes, thank you, someone else finally says it. Both her jump mediums are decent air-to-airs. Like, her jump medium kick is literally discount Valentine jump medium kick. It's not as good, but it's still solid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's good for movement.
But yeah, also that as well.
Also, are you not close enough to? Are you not in band? Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
are you not in throw range?
Wait, you can just space that?
Oh, because he reels back from it.
Insane.
He went dish point.
Insane. You have to delay it so the recovery animation actually leans her forward. That's the most hyper-specific situation, but yeah, just throw her.
Yeah, that's a do you have reaction type of thing. Which
it's hard.
It's hard to figure out. You should be dead. Actually, it's PME, so you might have a
Kamehameha!
Go Spirit Ball!
But overall, you're giving the robot a lot of respect. They're kind of just bluffing you, and you're not checking them.
Yeah, you gotta show PME that you don't care. Like you're willing to like be headstrong, but not that headstrong though.
We're not dash blocking. Doom and despair. Like genuinely, it's so fine if you just
dash block.
Oh, that's insane.
I think you can do 5 HP.
Yeah. I mean, obviously PME is just running at you because they got the hit. But yeah, we're not dash blocking. Oh, it's tough.
Yeah, does he actually make the corner and switch sometimes?
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Why did I ask?
So while you're here, I just have a question. I don't necessarily know if it's correct or incorrect. Why are we push blocking this? Are you trying to fish for PBGC and you accidentally did the wrong hit? Because as is,
yeah,
I feel like this is the worst case scenario.
Yeah, because this is creating the space for
BGs, so I just push her back. I would like you to threaten something, but you do that because you can't. Like, you don't even get a PBGC window on the assist, it still covers it. So now you're just letting Robo get to where she wants to be.
Actually, can you not PBGC that in time? Like, if you PB the first hit? Like, say, even
Pretty sure
if
you can, especially if you... Okay, so, what am I looking
Block
at?
it! Go ahead and block it! Yeah, it'd have to be preemptive PB.
But even, like... But even just, like, push blocking the laser... Can I push block the laser, please?
Like the assist. No, no!
Oh, I am push blocking the laser. The assist just... No, I did... Okay, I was messing it up.
No, you are... No, you're push blocking the assist, yeah. That time you did it.
But even when you do it like this, I really like using the launcher, not your...
Actually, can you up forward after the saw? Now that I think about it, hold on. Can you not up forward that time? You get that.
No.
No, my bad.
Right, let me see specifically for the timing they push blocked it. I mean, yeah, you can just up forward here. That's not the end of the world. But like, I'm curious. Okay.
You die.
Like, you get that.
Oh, you didn't punish her. Oh no, you did. Okay, yeah, you did. You did it there. That was probably yeah.
It just needs to not be the very last hit. Because there's no super cancel that saves her here. Unless she has 3 bar.
Yeah. Plus since it's Marie mid, so there's no saving at it.
I'm curious if there's a window where you get 5 medium punch to break the armor. I don't think there is.
I wonder if you can sleep it.
No, you can't. It doesn't count. I've already tried. That's why I was like, maybe 5 medium punch. It comes out faster and it'll just break the armor. That being said, when you see this here, I know it's kind of the psychopath option. I'm too slow. You sweep the assist. People need to sweep armored assist more. Wait, how did you run under?
Duns, how would you feel if I have to leave right now?
If you what?
If I left right now.
Like, you don't gotta hold this.
Okay, you're right. Good luck, man.
Goodbye. Fight back. That was such a bad route, but yeah, you get the idea. If you're on it and just sweep that, like, they have to hard call you out for you doing that option. And your sweep lets you low profile the world. Get a buffer? Yes. No, 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 no. I do not like that button press. I really hear. I really hear. I would love just the classic. Look at how that jails them. Look at how stupid that is. And then you just run your offense. You drag her all the way to the corner. Or, not to the corner, to the ground. What you did ended up working? Right? Yeah. Yeah, you still got them as they landed. But I'm a really big fan of the, I'm above you, I'm gonna do the fortune thing. Ba 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 booey! Insane. Oh no! You cannot say Annie sucks. Also, is that really more damage than a 6 HP starter? It was supposed to be easy. Tough. Yeah, you can't get a combo off this. I'm not gonna lie. When you see Fiber hit, I really want you to just do dash jump, jump light kick. I feel like it should combo oftentimes, and if it doesn't combo, more often than not, you're getting good pressure after it. Oh, good night. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm not even necessarily talking about the follow-up, I'm just talking about, I think that's a really good habit to get into when you see, H-Fiber hitting, because that's a pretty consistent confirm that you can, like, kind of then react to the spacing as you're going up. You are playing with fire calling grass here. You know how I feel about this assist call. They're literally above you mixing you. And it saved your life, but... We're doing mix, people can double jump out of, kill. No tag back out. Can you parry this post flash? No. Wait, did I take over the... No, you cannot. Okay. Well, I was asking if you could parry it post flash. Because if you can parry it post flash, you can parry into... If it is a consistent parry post flash, no, you do parry once and then go into timpani and kill them because they're still in recovery right in front of you. And it goes away when she's hit, isn't it? Am I crazy? No, it doesn't go away when she's hit. I'm thinking of quick. They're not squiggly. Yeah, I'm. Ignore me. Yeah. It's been a day. We didn't believe. Yeah, never mind. It's not worth it to parry there then. You were right, but you didn't believe in it. You were right there, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't. We were so not ready for that. There's pretty much no reason once this is a thing for you to not just run at her on the ground. There's no reason for you to just not be dashing here. Even just dash blocking. Like, there's nothing she can do here. Wait. Okay, you still got it. Loki. Oops. Get the heavy counter. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I forget how much recovery there is compared to the Annie one, so you don't have to do it. But yeah, get that heavy counter hit next time. Nice movement. Again. Was that a super jump? It was! Yippee! See, look, super jump. You get over her. Wait, that wasn't a super jump. Why are you just tired? Yeah. My whole thought process playing this matchup. If I can get above her, what's she gonna do about it? What's she gonna do about it? Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop. If you want to talk about a Forge of Light Punch, I'm probably swinging that there. I'm saying that doesn't hit, but... yeah. Can we really still not react to this? So... Or wait. Okay. When I see this, I'm bailing out and just going, no, you're staying in the corner. I'm letting them get the space they took because I overcommitted under them. But I'm playing to keep them with their back to the corner and sharking their line there. Nice. Murder. Bum, bum. I'm assuming that's supposed to be TKH Gato. Well, bam. Alright, say goodbye to Fortune. God, that deals so much damage. So, my thought process here... Yeah, I mean, it's obnoxious. It's really stupid. I'm not... I know you didn't get your safe DHC. I'm not super worried about getting... I don't need to get myself out of this situation yet. I'm getting chip meter. I'm holding all this and I'm about to... Like, look at how much meter you put. You're at max and dizzy. You get touched, you're getting tickled. And so, like, I definitely understand the I'm gonna save DHC here. And it does give you back your turn at least a little bit, but in my head, the risk doesn't justify. That's insane. Really? Okay, you kind of got robbed, I'm not gonna lie. Pop. Alright, mix. Okay. So, versus good players in general, but especially versus good old heads, don't do anything if their character has a double jump they can double jump out of. They are spamming that. If you need any better example to that, go watch Swift Fox play and just watch what they do on defense. That Peacock is double jumping out of everything. They realize they're getting control of their character high in the air. They're not holding anything you can do to them. There's no reason to. So know which parts of your mix can and cannot be double jumped out of. Nice. Kill them both. Yeah! There we go. And I would not recommend doing those versus these players, at least until you really thoroughly condition them out of it. Okay, you're not close enough to put them in pre-block. I was curious. I, in general, am kind of a big hater of this fortune button, so I'm definitely biased against it already. But I don't think this is really useful in this matchup. I'm not gonna hold you. It just feels really lengthy and liable to get tagged by everything. Counter call, I agree. Yep. It's funny? Okay. You definitely know the character better than I do, as well as, again, I just am not a big fan of that button. But, no, definitely not here. Rising forward, air-to-air, jump heavy kick? What happened if you pressed any better button? What was it? That was good. You press any air-to-air. Like... That's not really a forward moving option, not like that anyway. Not as a rising air there. Yeah. This just might have still been lockout when you went for this, I think. One thing I will say though, wait, were you trying to? Okay, no, that was just you spamming it. I know it's kind of a very big in the moment thing, but the second you do see them jump backwards after here, my brain is just thinking that. It's like she can't really chase you. You're gonna eat a beam of chip and save your third. I'm curious. Whoa! If you just press jump heavy punch here, like, obviously it relies on them standing, but it keeps them on the ground, and then you can probably just go from there. Even just like that. But beyond that, yeah, my brain is kind of thinking, with the jump light kick to prevent them from taking the airspace. But no, H-Fiber is just active enough for you to... Am I crazy? Kill him. Why are you so afraid here? Okay, yeah. You do pressure after it. I just paused like right before. Oh, actually, you don't even need to block here at all. You're small. You just walk them, slap them. Yeah. Ah. You go under. Does even a minimum height M-beam force you to block? I don't think it does. If it's L-beam, you're blocking there though, so it's annoying. I understand why you played the way you did. And I do like the response afterwards. That's a good throw. Not getting a combo off of it afterwards kind of cringe, but... brother. Good, PBGC! Ray, please. Ray, please. Ray, please. Insane. I understand why, but Pain Peko. Also, we've relied on Bam so much to force his interactions. Like it's his job, but at the same time, oof, honey, his health. So you want to see something funny? I'm 90% sure this is gonna work. Even just neutral, like neutral super jump. In reaction to this. And I get negative edge TK dive kick. Insane. Okay, but what was the option you chose? Yeah, I think I much prefer jump light kick here if you're going for the air there. Like, it's genuinely just that silly of a button. Now you gotta do this whole song and dance again. Oh, Robo. Lovely. Oh, this is tough for Band. Yeah. God is dead. Oh, really? Okay, if spaced, you can kill them with this. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, learning your checks for stupid stuff like that. Yeah, you probably could have also done Embiid as well. You're right. But yeah, so. What's the like wrap up? What's the main takeaway? One, I think you're trusting PME knows what he's doing a little bit more than he actually does. He's kind of doing stuff in your face and you're going, oh, I have to respect it. When he like, he's whiffed Fiber and did something behind it. His Fiber's no longer protecting him. Run your stuff. Just run up and catch him low, catch him throw, or even just outright counter hit him through the Fiber because you've got a long reach and disjoint. Fiber makes a wall, but it's not active for too terribly long. And there's nothing that Fiber does that prevents you from swinging through it to hit the robot just an inch behind. And then in general, I think, and I know, like, Robo kind of incentivizes you to do it, but in general versus Robo, you cannot be approaching at her jump heavy punch angle. You're either trying to go under it and shark her landing, you're trying to go over it, especially with an air dash character, it helps a lot to be able to like hover above her, watch her whiff something, and then air dash and go in. And then in general, just once you're close enough, this is a little bit more true for Robo than Marie, but it's still kind of true for both of them, is like once you're close enough, do the funny air dairs. Any jump light kick. Fortune jump light punch, you said you've already been using that, but fortune jump medium punch if the spacing calls for it. I think that'll definitely help a bit. And then the other parts is just trying to increase your pattern recognition to the point where you see them do, oh, they did L drone. What if I just low profile it and continue the combo? Oh, they did mine. I can space it with my disjoints. I can DP through it. I can just throw them. Getting that pattern recognition so you don't have to think about it anymore. Just going gut reaction like, I kill you. You're not allowed to do this. I think those are going to be the biggest things that'll help. As well as, and I know it's kind of just a guess and a bit of the matchup, but there were a lot of times you called banned where you could just get beamed in a startup and like he never even came out. And I know part of that's kind of a guess, but you can also call banned from far enough away that no beam can hit him if Robo does like helicopter and flies away. You can call him at a timing where it'll catch her on the downward arc. I feel like that was the most of it. I don't feel like your anti-DP assist got much usage, but you're also playing against someone who's running away from you, so it's not like yeah, and just wait for the double jump 100%. It's not like it's going to give you a ton of relevant usage in the Robo matchup. It'll probably help a lot more than you think versus Marie, because you can kind of sit under her, which is usually where she wants people to be. But then she's trying to land on you, and you just say wabam these and throw a destruction pillar at her face. She can't break that armor. There is no armor there. It's just a nice invuln DP straight to the dome. And it kind of can prevent some of her pressure afterwards, because like, at least I know it's a different player, but I control loves to just run at you with jump light punch, and your assist can kind of eat that. But yeah, I think that's most of what I gotta say about that. So let me move on to the two faded sets. Solo mirrors. Yee, hope it helps. I am gonna be honest, I have zero idea how this matchup's supposed to go. Tried to get a bobble out to continue zoning, and now we're just getting mixed. No punish. Yeah, just slap. That should be a punish every time. Drops are tough. It's a good anti-air. It's not that good of an anti-air. very rarely are you going to be able to anti-air Pedro like that. And even when you can, half the time Super Punk's holding armor. Alright. Why are we putting a bubble out? Wee. Oh, it doesn't let me replay take over during that, but you need to be getting in. You need to be just like, you need to threaten stuff. You have no time to dilly-dally around. And ideally you're doing it during this transition phase. There you go, you're in. We are not mixing here. We are dealing with our hunger problems. Unless this was just an unfortunate drop, which... But this looks like pretty deliberate mix. We were not paying attention to our hunger, and now we're the worst character in the game. And then we're here and we're not taunting? Or feeding? Like... You press sweep. Low-key, that's honestly kind of just all I'm thinking. But in general, we're in such a bad spot because we let our hunger just get here, and then we spend the bar and sit right in it and don't even try and get it back. Because they can't do too much to threaten us. They might, if their reactions are on point when you go to feed here, they might be able to fly up and thresher, but like, I think it's worth that gamble at this point, because otherwise you're stuck in doom and despair. Tried to taunt. She got bubble. Ah, there it is. Okay, I see. Hidden behind. Yeah, no, this is just pain. Yeah, and then I get it at that point. Yeah, it's kind of just desperation, but you're in such a bad spot, you gotta do something. So you pray they're asleep at the wheel. But yeah, a lot of that game was determined by the mistake you made pretty early on of going for reset instead of bailing out. This is more of a Super Punk thing than anything else, just always expect the armor. And I see you've been sweeping, like just doing sweep a lot. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do it in a lot of those spaces, but you have the right idea. Do not let Super Punk do the Super Punk thing. Punk. Punk. Oh my god, insane. Where are you trying to 6 OP? Oh, you tried to jump in punch. Ah, I just barely not. And then they did the Super Punk thing to hold armor, and now we're getting mixed. And we just smooth criminal under it. So, one question I kind of have is, outside of jump heavy punch, which are usually not really pressing on people, I don't think Umbi has great ways to beat Painwheel armor from jump ins. And the reason I say this is, it's a very good reason to try to avoid jumping in on the character. At least like that. Because it needs to come out. Doesn't let me replay or like. Okay. I didn't realize you pressed that like as you jumped. Okay, you're swinging for the air there. Like never mind. My point is moot. What are we going for here? Throw? Heavy punch. No. I don't like that. Not a fan. Why does it take me here every time? Ah. But yeah, you... Did you press... Pretty sure heavy punch is the first button you press. You just ran up and did 6 HP. Yeah, now it's just pinwheel mix. That's honestly a really good option versus Super Punk. Alright, where's the burst bait? You don't just take the combo off of that? You not got a combo off of this? Okay, yeah, we just did it. Okay, banking on the reflector. That seems really optimistic to me. Right, we don't have OTG. Finish out the combo? No, we don't. Where did we use that gun? Ah, yeah. We used it to start. And we're in combo stage 3 already. So it just gets tracked there because the super got us the first hit. So that's tough. That's a tough one. We'll lose that. But you're starting to get to the point of the game where you kind of got to get a feel for what your starter was and whether the starter was starting to track buttons more than you'd think it would. So like off of supers and off of assists are kind of one common scenario, and then the other one is whatchamacallit? Sorry, answering another question. God, that really got me sidetracked. Okay. Words. Yes, okay. Off of stray random hits, off of stray super hits, off of stray assist hits, usually you'll start in stage 3. Or that's kind of just my assumption. So always assume the button you pick up with will get used. Or will get tracked. So if you use jab, make sure you're not using that again. The other weird one is if you're playing an air dash character, which I can't remember if you've dabbled with. I know you play Dahlia, don't you? I don't know if this works for her, but like if you up forward button and then air dash and button, the up forward button gets you stage 1, the air dash button gets you stage 2, so your first grounded string is stage 3. And so kind of just understanding how different starters get you different stages, and then using that to keep track of what's actually tracked for IPS is a very important skill to start building. Prevents issues like that a lot. Medium kick. Did we want to jump with that? No, we can I just press medium kick while they're above us? I don't really see the vision. Yep. I hate how effective that button actually is, but... What are we pressing? Jump damage? Really late though. If you're pressing on the way down, I think I would like jump light punch the most, but no, yeah, it's just mix. Got a little too antsy. We just got counter hit like 4 times in a row. We were just mashing through these scrambles. Try to get to medium punch on landing. Oh, like all the way back here. That just feels too late to me personally. Partially because I know Super Funk is always pressing, but even in general, it's like at that point, I feel like most players are pressing something. Unless you've like terrified them. Just because I'm curious. Okay. Heavy kick doesn't work either. It does if you delay it, insane. Okay. Yeah. I feel like if you're pressing a button, I would recommend pressing it on the way down there. I don't think landing into a button is ever really going to help you here. You were expecting the aggression. Kind of just guessed wrong, but like... Or is this where you're talking about to medium punch? Either way, I think both of those cases, it's simply not your turn. You're spending so much time in the air that someone else is just pressing there. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I want to be an overstuffed. And that's the one way you force yourself to be an overstuffed. In my head, I feel like it's really beneficial for you to be just enraved by neutral. Yeah, you don't have the space for that, unfortunately. So, I see you going for this a lot in this matchup, and I just... Like, it's a good button, don't get me wrong. My confusion comes from the fact that pinwheels are usually either holding armor or pressing jump medium punch. Both options deal with this. This will be it if they're going for a jump medium kick, but usually pinwheels aren't doing too much of that. both of these throw attempts. No, one was a push block, the other was just mashing jab and getting checked by armor, because Super Funk's a psycho. So, because that is the whole of that set. My thought process for that set is it works if you space it right? Okay. Especially because some of my, like, I'm asking questions about choices or just, you know, the matchup better, so it's, I genuinely don't know if things actually will or won't work. But my biggest thing for that set is honestly just you weren't playing the player you were playing against. And by that I mean it didn't feel like you were respecting options Super Funk reproducibly represents. I really do like the F4 jump heavy punches. That you were playing versus Super Funk versus that, because you know they're just going to sit there and hold jump heavy punch armor, and you shred through that instantly. A lot of that was good, but like, we kept pressing in the scrambles when Super Funk is holding armor and your character just can't really deal with it like that. You either need to recognize it's your turn and throw them. If you're close enough, DP them, but that's a big commitment. Or kind of just respect it and push them, block them out afterwards, because they're just going to be holding the armor. And you kind of just rewarded them for holding the armor. But we got another set to look through, so let's see what else we got. Alright. Dahlia. This matchup is tough. I'm not going to hold you. Like what I'm seeing so far. Instead of up back here, I would love too late. To see just like a neutral super jump. I took the throw. Okay. Or even an up forward super jump. Can I get my... Am I crazy? Okay, yeah. Oops, wrong system. Thought I was playing one of my macros. Why am I struggling so hard with this? That's not the input I wanted, but like... I was talking about this with Ray as well. If she's not at a threat range to you, if you can get above her, you can start kind of playing your own game. Regardless of what character you are. Like, Robo just can't zone you if you're above her. And especially if you call Brass beforehand to make sure she can't run under you, like, you're in a really good spot. If you're goated, do you get this confirmed? If you, like, know what's coming? You don't really get anything off this. Oh. Almost. But, that being said, a little over-aggressive. I always, or almost always, very specifically err on the side of caution, expecting the tech out. You actually put yourself in a really annoying spot to mix them up on their own tech. If you're just patient and you don't immediately try and meaty them. Because this is still a range where if they like jump, you can then just reaction up forward, jump light punch them. But we tried to meaty them, expecting them to tech back, which a good player should. in theory, never really do here. They should either neutral get up or tech forward. So we're over-indexing on a bad option and getting punished for it. I'm curious. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, you can also just check them for this. Sweep, gun, up back jump heavy punch doesn't work. Okay, that doesn't quite work. This will though, before you even hit the ground. Even after you hit the ground though. Maybe? No. Okay, that's just weird overall. Gun trap. I don't know about the full brass. My brain Loki that wants to do that. Maybe Embrass. Can also just sweep it. Maybe try and do something like that. Or try and get above her. Insane. Does it get you anything? Kind of. I don't like the full H press. I feel like I'd rather it be M press. And this match is done. That's tough. Sometimes it just happens. Sorry about that. I hope that wasn't too loud. A little bit of aggression on start. We just didn't recognize we crossed ourselves up fast enough. Mix. We just jump forward into it. Okay. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. In general, I feel like I see this assist coming. I'm kind of just wanting to like... Oh, wow, insane. I'm gonna do this. Crazy? Ah, man, that sucks. this allowed? Also just, yeah. They kind of killed themselves doing this. You can't just swing back. At the assist, I agree. So the problem is I don't think you actually get to beam them back, because their beams are still just faster. Yeah. It's tough. Honestly, in my head, I feel like using brass to let yourself get close enough, and then buckshot gives you disjoints that let you kind of just be a little goofy. No DHC? Where'd the input go? Oh, we didn't even attempt. No reflector? We're not keeping it safe? Do we keep our brass alert here? What is a TOD? No. But it's no, there's just no input whatsoever. A little bit of a brain fart. But yeah, that definitely should be happening there. And then, okay, back to tech forward. Yes, please. Go for the aggressive movement, get checked by air throw, it happens. Good defense. We are not push blocking Saw here. There's no reason to push block Saw. The assist is already dead in front of us, on the floor, dying. They're dead to rights as long as you react to whether or not they do a drone or they do a beam. Because let me really quickly pull up the wiki. What is the frame data on beam point blank? You can also just fish there, and I think no matter what you get her. Let me double check that. Also, why is Bazoomi loading infinitely slow? What am I looking for? Looking for frame data on 5 Heavy Punch and frame, or 5 Heavy Punch and beam. So -20 on block. You are currently in Rav. Specials. Tongue Twister. Salt Grinder. Where is Hunger and Rush? So without assists, you can literally, as long as you're actually close enough for your DP to hit, always do Hunger and Rush once you block the Heavy Punch if they don't have an assist to bail out. Because they cannot... It will beat any of the drones. If they do L-Beam in a way that just pure combos, you're fine. You kind of just option select that. It'll either come out or it won't. And then afterwards, once you can react to blocking the beam... Yeah, grounded beam is -11 on block. So you can punch her for that. So this, in a couple different ways, either reactionary or like using OSs can just kill her. Once she presses Heavy Punch without an assist, she's dead. Topi. Any of this supposed to be 6 LPs? Because this is where 6 LP shines. Kill. Murder. She's just doing this in your face for free? There's no way out of this. They committed to an H-beam. Die. Yeah, deal with that. Bum, bum. I can understand push block in there. Okay, I know I was talking about it in the other matchup. I don't think I see the vision here. You become big and just hit by everything. There's no avoiding beams or lasers or jump heavy punch or like any of that when you're here. In my head, I'm trying to do this. You still don't have the time for it, but I think this is a much more reliable. I guess you have to force the issue because you're in the funny mode. You're just about to be. Low key. I think I am going to touch on this because you need to force something to happen. Versus the zoners, sometimes you can just not really push block them and be fine. So, like this is her 2 medium punch, right? It's -3 on block, it's your turn. You can just not push block and then like try and press in her face here. And then just do your normal nonsense. Like, push block bait them, like the whole shebang. Because now you're given the zoner space and time before you, yeah. Doom and Despair. It's a hard habit to get out of. I definitely push block a lot more than I should, especially in certain matchups. Mix, 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 and now we're just in the funny game mode, and it's hard. That is so hard to get out of here once you're in the spot. I just need to check. When was the last time we were in control of our hunger? Did we just never get a hit this game? I think that's kind of the case. Because we had the opportunity when they did HP. We had the opportunity when they did Solid. But yeah, we never got a hit to manage our hunger, so it's tough. Yeah. But that is a thing to keep track of. Sometimes you just have to be more willing to take risks as a solo Umbi player, because sometimes you just need to force the issue, otherwise you get put in this game state. And it's hard to even talk about a ton of other stuff here because you're just Umbi and Rat, or in Starving. Like it's you're grasping at straws at this point. And if you never got that hit, it's tough. We saw it a little bit in the previous set, but I think this set showed it a lot more, especially versus a zoner. I think you're, like, obviously it goes without saying, you should probably be paying a little more attention to your hunger and like what state you're in, what state you're about to be, how much time you have. But the main reason I bring that up, I want that to inform your game decisions more. I want you to be opting into more risk once you're on that final pip of Rav and you're like, something has to give. Something has to happen. Because either you're getting the hit or you're going into starving, and unless you have like an Anchor V solo situation where you can get the nice little wall out and you have the time to get your taunt off and get out of that bad situation, you're kind of just gonna get slimed out. It might as well like force the issue when you have a chance of getting a lot more reward from it. So I think that's one of the biggest things we saw, and then outside of that, the other part is kind of just sometimes Skullgirls turns into a play the player game, not play the matchup game. Saw that a lot versus Super Funk, where you kind of just were trying the same thing on repeat, but it simply wouldn't work versus Super Funk because of the options they consistently showed you. And then I don't know Umbi well enough to give you much more thorough advice on the Robo matchup. It's just hard. It's tough. You're a less mobile version of Parasol in terms of mobility, and Parasol only does reasonably in the matchup because her dash is so good. Once you can hold her down, I think you need to, like, you can lock down on your pressure, and it's hard for her to get you off of her. But getting there is the hard part. But dashing up underneath her stuff, getting in range to 6 LP and forcing her to respect that seemed to be a really effective tool. It's hard for you to get over her. You can super jump, but it's not gonna, like, you don't have as many options as an air dash character. Or you're not Dahlia, so you can't start your own zoning to kind of interrupt hers and control what she's doing. It's tough. It's tough for Umbi, 100%. But I think, unfortunately, that's about most of what I have to say. Give me 1 sec. I will be right back. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. Otherwise, afterwards, when I get back, I'll be pulling up the Krabadonk stuff. Alright. Krabadonk, I don't think I'll get through all 9 of these replays. We'll see. But I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to be saying a lot of the same things based on this matchup and who you're playing. But let's see. Let's see how many new situations we see. I have a suspicion. Oh my god, I just now realized. What's it called? What am I looking for? Okay. When to press against aggressive peacock. Okay. Was that a parrying attempt? I was looking at the wrong. That wasn't a parry attempt, you just returned to neutral. I would really like you to parry this Eldritch. Personally. Oh, I just set my controller down. Oh boy. Why, controller, have you disconnected? Can we go back, Nubby? What in the world was that? Okay, I said I have the input, okay. Talking about what to do versus Peacock. If you can catch them off guard and just be able to act out of their stuff. Throw is the best option here because of the tier. You can also use Sound Stun with DP. But yeah, so like you've got all that going for you. I don't think Beat Extend is going to do much for you on defense in this matchup, unfortunately, because they're just going to be calling... Okay. Oh no! We didn't think that was going to hit. No, I don't like it. It's a desperation play that will get you killed. If you really need to, I think you have the time to do this. When do you send it? Okay. Even with the Kara cancel, you can't make it that far. Trying to see if... Okay. Yeah, just barely. Because they're constantly moving backwards. Have I just been messing this up this whole time? Whoops. Okay, you can force them to block that. So if you really need the brass to go full screen, Kara cancel with this, because it gives you a little bit of extra reach. Okay, that catches them. That won't. Because you're not quite full screen here. Part of the problem was I think you were walking backwards here. But yeah. Oops. But yeah, so you kind of do have that option. It is the full send option, it is the sketchy option. I do not recommend it. Because you keep doing this and then this happens to you. Peacock can pretty easily play around it. Break to get space. You can't just shove the brass in the square hole. That's not gonna, yeah. We're like low-key barely even actually trying to present reasonable options at this point. Not to say it's easy by any means, but if brass is your only answer, it's not going to be a good time. Just plain and simple. You've got parries, you've got E-break. And when you're at a good spacing, a good H-brass or M-brass is a really solid option. That's a good... Again. So instead of using 2 HP... Oops. Ah! You get to do stuff like that. Whoops. So you can do combos from there. You need to make sure you know you've lost sound stun, but why is this our option? That was at least M-brass, right? Okay. Yeah. I can kind of see the vision, but what do we do here? Just walk up. feel like I'm usually probably just trying to do this more often than not. Or even, you can probably actually even time a meaty brass that they can't do anything about. But we're just not... We're not using any low commitment tools. Now we just got next to Oblivion. Yeah. So I know we're afraid of the item drop, but we still gotta be making forward progress. Or even just like that. Insane. But you can't just be so afraid of it that you do nothing all the time. Yeah, you're not dead? What? Do we not know? No, cover all. I'm back here. Unless I'm crazy. I don't even think... Is it really Elbrus here? I thought it was Elbrus. Man, okay, I do not know the timing for this at all. But it looks like Elbrus only has Parasol somehow. Which sucks. Why? This timing. What in the world? Whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That should be a good character. That's a good Embrace. I like the spacing on this. This is actually a very solid option. Not a big fan of how much you're using Edict Stone on defense. This character kind of just doesn't need to care about it. Projectiles on the way, Avery, a whole lot of nonsense, all shot coming in behind it. I'm embracing through this all shot. So many. Even just parrying it. trying to parry and act through it, or armor check. Unless I'm like sure they're not gonna press anything, because they can then cancel this. You can also E-break through it. Honestly, here. I want you to do this. I want you to take the knockdown. I want you to take the corner. You don't need the damage right now. You need the corner. You need the meter. You need momentum in this game. Solos live and die on momentum. You can be losing an entire game, but get enough momentum to just force them to guess wrong 3 times and win the game. Yeah, no. If it's an assist, 100% parry it. No, I mean not 100% parry it, but you get what I mean. Like it's a really good option to do. Parrying assist in general is quite strong. Tag the assist is understandable, but it's a risk. It's a risk with Peacock that close to you all the time. Down low, too slow. So we're just holding all of this. We are push blocking nothing. Where's our push block, gamer? Like, if we're not trying to pick and choose our fights, and we're like deliberately not push blocking to press on them, that makes sense. But we're just letting them do whatever they want and not even forcing them to get off of us, which is a recipe for disaster and just constantly holding everything. So, like, it's gonna be weird, at least a little bit, but you can push block there. I didn't get my push block. You kind of just push block to get her off of you. Because otherwise you have to hold all this. And depending on when you push block, you can just... It opens up a ton of different options. There's not inherently one good time to push block. But if your plan is to not treat this like that, like Under Night or Strive, where it's a stagger pressure game and you're like trying to find the gaps, and you're not deliberately keeping them close to fight back, you're usually going to be wanting to push block them. Because she just can't threaten anything from this... Oh, push block too early. From this range. Like, that's no longer an overhead. Even just like that. Obviously there's still the item drop, but you're trying to push at the end of multi-hits or single hits and getting her away from you, just so she can threaten you. And if you're wrong and she stays close, you always can threaten PBGC. I'm curious. But like, yeah. Like, it really depends from situation to situation. The reason I'm beat extending here is because they don't have a projectile on the way besides their assist projectile. But there's a lot of nuance to it. It really depends on exactly what's going on. And I'm not as worried about PVGC beat extend as just like you've kind of been doing that as they run at you in general. Unfortunately, this game is very flexible and there's going to be no one-size-beats-all answer. But we got the hit, what do we do with it? Bonk. So, if I'm snapping here, personally, I'm snapping in the Parasol. The reason I say this, they will always have an ability to save THC out with the amount of meter they have. But they just have access to 2-bar safe THC. As opposed to if I'm bringing Parasol in here, they have banned mid, so they have to spend an extra bar. It's this minor thing, but I think I would much rather get rid of Parasol here. I know it's kind of a scarier matchup. Parasol can kind of do some really cursed things to you. But you're still kind of bringing her in on your terms, so you get to run offense for a bit. That sucks that you didn't get the pick up there. Unfortunate. How much red health did you even get back for that snap? I think I'd rather just kill the character in general. Okay, you don't have Soundstone. I don't know if you can kill her at least with... Wait. No. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Banned with L-Shot behind it is really annoying to deal with. It might low-key be worse for you to deal with than Parasol with Brass. But yeah, in general there, I think I like you just mixing and killing the Peacock and keeping momentum from there. I don't know if that extra health actually gets you much, because with the amount of bar they had, most hits they get on you is gonna kill you anyway. This game is awesome sauce. I love this game. It's so stupid and broken. I love it. We gotta stop it with these brasses like this. There's a time and a place for them. This is not it. You can't do it with everything on the way. This brass I'm a bit more of a fan of. It's still kind of sketchy. So, food for thought. What? What happens if they just do this to you? Wait, why did that drop? The tier. Let's see. I did it. I messed up. But they get a full combo off you doing this. So, like, keep in mind, Peacock always has the option to just Argus you on reaction for that. Embrace plus L-Shot is just really hard, really hard to deal with. And then she has just something sitting on you for further pressure. L-Shot in general is just a really obnoxious assist, and bands that can kind of just be ignorant. Lana, what are we doing? This character should have been dead so many different ways. Do you have... Did they use OTG? So they haven't used OTG yet. Are we getting knowledge check to relay to this properly? Didn't do this properly. Okay. Yeah, you can't tech there. Gamer. I know it's dire straits, but like, this cannot be our option. Insane. You have so many different ways to contest this. That like can even get you to the corner. Brass is not the only solution. You can also just up forward over the George and like jump light kick. That's not a bad Embrace. I like that. That's good spacing. There's not enough on screen for you to be worried about. Good parries. Take the Oki. Get strong, it happens. Hey, without that. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Embrace. Oh no, it's supposed to be DP. We're doing a little too much. You got a little lucky that connected though, I'm not gonna hold you. Mashing! Fair enough. I honestly really haven't presented the super option all that much, so... Yeah, in general, I think you just need to work on your push blocks. Like, look at how a good push block on this jump light kick just forces it to whiff. And then, or forces the follow-up to whiff, and it kind of just lets you... You push block the last hit here, and it's so hard for them to do anything about it. You can even do that afterwards. And like, if you mess it up, and they stick close to you, you've got jab. That's when you can start PVGCing. Baba Booey, or you sound stun, but like... We're not push blocking, we're not doing anything. This was our push block? When did we push block? Okay, yeah, we push blocked right before that. And look at how little they went anywhere. Granted... You do have that as your option for there. So like you kept them close and you can PVGC. It's weird, it's giving me back charge based on your previous inputs. But your push blocks aren't enabling you to do much. Down low. Mess up the combo, you take out. That was a good push block, I think. Hell shot just ruined it, unfortunately. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, and so like this is kind of what I'm talking about. You can make the choice to not push block here. I'm not upset that you're not push blocking here, partially because you were doing this intentionally to keep them close to try and fight back. Guessed wrong, it happens, but like I want there to be an intent behind not push blocking, otherwise you're putting yourself at a pretty scary risk for very little reason. I'm not entirely sure what I said at that point, Carbonunk, I'm not going to hold you. But, like, they're not... It doesn't feel like there's an intent behind your defense, if that makes any sense. Feels like you either push block or don't on a whim. It's just kind of vibes-based defense. And sometimes it really helps to have a much more thorough game plan about, like, I want to deal with this way. Yeah, first... Here you break can get you further than that. I don't have that timing on. There we go. Unless you were doing that deliberately to try and bait the item drop, in which case I can kind of see that. When to push block and when to not is a very, like... It's all very context dependent. But, like, the short of it is going to be, you want to push block multi-hits, or, like, the end of multi-hits or single hits if you don't want to hold any more pressure and you want them off of you. So that tends to be, like, universally a lot better versus rush-down characters, because you almost never want a rush-down character to be on top of you. It's still going to be good versus Peacockers, it's still going to be good versus bands, because, like, just get off of me. If you keep someone close, you're risking them just opening you up. But, so like I was talking about earlier, sometimes you don't want to push block. Sometimes they're over-indexing and calling you out on your push blocks. And so, where they think you're going to be locked out and they need to go forward, you just omit your push block and jab when you're minus, but they're trying to run at you. So they're not actually actively pressing anything. This was like... You treat that a bit more like a stagger pressure enemy fighter, like Strive or like Under Night, where I know you're going to leave a bigger gap here, so I'm going to press my button even though I'm minus. Because I expect you to be pressing either slow option or trying to move to get closer to me before... I don't... That might be a question for the internet or YouTube. I don't think I have the brain power or wherewithal to go down that rabbit hole. It's its own whole thing. It's not as common in Skullgirls. It still definitely has its place, but because of how push block works, our game doesn't revolve around it anywhere near as much. Yeah. stagger pressure, the short of it, is intentionally leaving gaps in your block strings to bait someone to press. And you usually will have to make a read on when they will or will not press. And the stagger pressure really takes a hold when you leave a big enough gap that they could press, but you've convinced them not to, so you then kind of cheat your turn back. There's a lot that goes into stagger pressure. It's a very different type of offense. But yeah, so kind of all that. But now we're just getting zoned. Bop, 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 bop. Brass A train. These might be flump E breaks. It happens, but I think we gotta be able to parry to make it through at least part of this, because we're not putting parries into the zoning, and it means Peacock doesn't have to respect it, and it's pain. Parries, especially also if you're in the air, like if you jump into it and then parry it, you will just like move forward a lot further than you think you would. Yeah, there's just so many ways to punish H-Brass. It cannot be this much of a tool you're trying to use. I know it can be useful in the matchup. It has its time and place, but you're a mechanic who's trying to use a hammer for everything when you have a whole other toolbox of other things. It's like, can it get the job done? Yes. Will it do it pretty? No. Can it cause problems? Yes. I like mini break. I'm curious here. No, you can't get a throw out there. You can get an assist out too, though. Bob, bob. Oh wow, wait, you can't. That's hilarious. Never mind. I'm a liar. Yeah, it's kind of weird to talk about in Skullgirls. Someone can definitely demonstrate it in a live stream, but I might like recommend you to just go to YouTube or go to the fighting game glossary and just look up stagger pressure and examples of stagger pressure. Wait, we don't kill her? I kind of just want to kill her. Like, obviously you can do this, but ideally you don't lose the corner. Yeah, there are definitely ways to kill her here. I would love to kill her here. You can pick up if you do M-Brass, not H-Brass. You do also just have the option to do E-break routes. Like that. But I know this is possible. Yeah. This character should be dead. Oh, you don't? Yeah. Oops. This. Even if you just delay it. Oops, that's not delaying it. Maybe I'm delusional, but either way. E-break route, or just launcher. I know you might not have the dash jumps. It's hard, but I want that Peacock dead. I want this criminal dead to rights. And yeah, we do H-press there because we always do H-press there. They should have killed you for that. They could have legitimately just done. You're so dead here. You get a full combo. They get to start earning their game plan again. Oh. It didn't work out. But I'm really happy you started representing other options. This is good. This is very good. You do also have jump light kick here, by the way. Jump light kick is a really good button to kind of just press in these situations. Whenever you're above someone with bands, jump light kick is almost never a bad option. Like, it's just such a phenomenal button to press the one above people. How did I hit her? She's big and lanky. Peacock's a really fat character in this game. Yeah, Peacock's just wide in general. She gets hit by a ton of random stuff that she deserves to hold. She's fat. Back forward, get hit. Took the risky path and paid for it. It happens. Not an inherently wrong decision, just tough. I feel like you panicked. I can understand why you went for what you did, though. You're not really getting a combo off that regardless. Oh, and you full send the train. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. We have to learn the joy and the power that comes from big band light buttons. They are solo commitment. They are quite strong. They're obviously not going to win every engagement, but we need to add them to our toolkit. Okay, we did end up getting through all of them. Yeah, you might be able to E-break with something after the symbols. I was trying to see if I could stay at range to avoid the George assist that was there. Overhead, your big band, you can just have to hold that. No. If you didn't just do this. Okay, you were kind of just trimming. But like, the funniest thing is both these characters are dead here. But legitimately both of them. Not quite spaced properly. But yeah, you're asking why band plus L-shot is so oppressive. Look at what they just did to you. They pressured you, called their assist. Even when the assist is not on screen, you still have to respect what the assist left on screen. They say you do something, they force you to block it. They hold the space with it. You're now stuck here, forced to deal with it. They can block and just let the assist do all the work for them. They didn't even do Embrace plus assist to you, like, and they're already still just using L-shot really well. It's such an ignorant assist at times. Good night. Yeah. Dead, 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 dead. And I know we've had this discussion before, but one of the biggest things genuinely is just getting used to using your other tools. I know the brasses and the A-trains are shiny tools that hit really hard and work really well versus certain players, but they are big commitments. Used well and sprinkled in, very good tools. But we have to use our... Those are like the powerful spices, I'll put it this way. I don't know how much you like cooking. But that's something like Szechuan peppercorn. That's something like cayenne, where it's like too much and it really overpowers something and become a problem. But it's really hard to use too much, like, for example, cumin. You can do it. There's too much of it, but you can use a lot of it before it becomes a problem. And that sort of stuff, or even just like cracked pepper, cracked black pepper, that in a nutshell is going to be your light buttons. That's going to be your jab, that's going to be your 2LK, that's going to be your 5LK. Both are really strong options for band. As well as jump light kick. Jump light kick is the sauce you put on everything because you love it and it's hard to go wrong. It's like, jump light kick just works if you're above them. It is such a phenomenal button. And like, so trying to get yourself in positions to use those very strong tools. And so it's like, you can think of parry as a movement tool. Parry lets you get through zoning. Gotta start using parry a little bit more, especially versus Peacock. It helps a ton. It can interrupt her zoning patterns. It can nullify her assist that she was trying to use to cover a gap in her zoning pattern. Stuff like that. So this is not to say never brass again, swear on your life, pinky promise you're never gonna do it. It's a strong tool. That is a very strong tool. But we have got to enable ourselves to use the other really strong, low commitment options that band has. They are quite good. Band, do not let anyone tell you band cannot play neutral. Band has very strong neutral, especially with the ability to parry. He has to hold a lot more than a lot of other people he has to hold a lot more than a lot of other characters have to. So it's like defense is hard and you can kind of get scrub checked or just sometimes you just get got. It is what it is. But band has so many other tools to make up for it. The band has a really phenomenal neutral game that definitely has weaknesses, but it is really strong, especially if you learn how to like really pay attention to what your opponent is doing and then just slide in the nice little M brass to ruin everything. the L brass to catch them off guard. A nice little cheeky beat extend during a bad air string sort of deal. Like, applying those tools with purpose, with very good purpose, is really good. So it's like, go watch Graham Sandwich, or what's her new name? Manhattan Cafe. Go watch Manhattan Cafe. See if you can find any VoDs of her playing band. Go watch old Cat Pie VoDs if you haven't already. I feel like I've told you to do this already. Go watch Mao play band. Go watch JP play band as well. Like, JP not as much, but those three, but especially Cat Pie and Manhattan Cafe. You probably have to look up Grand Sandwich to find some of the older stuff as well. They play band with a lot of intent, and it is like, it is terrifying to play against. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, parry is a very, very strong tool to get through a lot of different things. Getting used to how to use it well. Just go watch in general high-level gameplay versus high-level band gameplay versus like someone like Swift Fox, and you kind of understand where people start trying to parry, what they use it for, how they use it to gain space, how they use it to present threats. Very strong tool. Very, very strong tool. And then I feel like there was something else. Because kind of using more of your toolkit. I think you're pinging the wrong gamer. But like, if you want to go watch some really peak solo band, go watch Cat Pie play. It was the Combo Breaker CCND versus PSN. I wonder if I can find it actually. Yep. Here it is. Here it is. Should be, at least. Wait. Osu was on comms for this? I do not remember that at all. That's really funny, actually. When did Cat Pie play? Yep. Wing Zero, or Race still rocking Wing Zero. Okay. Here we go. Start at timestamped. Okay. One of the best bands in the business. Should be timestamped. Graham is also playing in this. You can go find her as well. But yeah, again, just like using more of the other tools. I feel like that's the biggest thing. I swear there was something else I wanted to say, but I think my brain is crashing, and that's all about Sagat. So if you have any other questions, please ask. But I think that's most of what I have to say, and I'll be wrapping up the stream in just a sec. Yes, question. Hopefully answer. trial and error. Part of it is VoD review, like, do it yourself and do replay takeover and just kind of check. Part of it can definitely be watch someone else play the matchup, see if you can find any common trends of when and where they find the push blocks. And then, yeah, beyond that, kind of just asking people, especially if you're playing someone like JP, ask them where you're supposed to push block the strings if you're struggling to get out. But personally, a lot of it is trial and error. I got my defense chops by just throwing myself at the game and kind of figuring it out. But part of that is you need to be paying attention to what you are doing and paying attention to whether it works or not. Kind of just going on a whim, but not actually taking in the information, not learning what does and doesn't work, means you're just going to be going on a whim forever. As opposed to, I've tried this like 5 times, I got hit every time, okay, this is not the solution, and kind of like lock that away as maybe try in a different spot. But that's kind of the way I view defense. I 100% got to where I am on defense, not through labbing out specific situations, which I do need to do more. I need to learn specific answers because I can't feel my way through everything. But like my basic baseline, lol lamau, you can't hit me defense got to where it is by genuinely just playing the game and going, huh, I can just do this here. Or, oh, that push block helps a ton. And you can start, again, as a very good baseline of just, I want to push block and get this person off of me. And then figuring out, again, so like the example being saving your push block for the last hit of a banned jump flight kick. That will get you a ton more space than messing it up and doing it on the first or second hit. I personally find slow-mo like jarring. It feels weird to play the game at not the right speed. It is to each their own. Definitely try it and see if it'll work for you. But genuinely, it is gonna kind of be just go through VoD review, see where you flash green, and go, you know, I think my jab will work here, and try it. Or, you know, I think I can up forward out of this, and then like murder them for it. And then as you start, and sometimes just try random things and see what happens. And then the more you get used to doing that, the more you get used to thinking about that, all of a sudden you start just kind of noticing it in game, and sometimes not even doing it fully with intent, but just kind of going, or like by feel, kind of going, I think this will work, and you do it and it works. But yeah, I think that about wraps all that up. I'ma get y'all on the video. It's just, I think it's literally just you and me, Krabadonk, so I'm not really gonna bother raiding anyone. But have a good night, gamer, and I hope this helps. Someone will catch y'all Saturday. I don't know who just yet, but that will be a lab stream, so have a good night. Take care.